Hey, Brad Burud here with Flames Unfiltered. Time for another edition of Flames Unfiltered Shorts. Today I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with this team. Thursday night, they're finally back in the Dome against Ottawa. The Ottawa Senators. Yeah, the team that's won like 7 games, 8 games this year. Yeah, that team. Just like last year, we lose again. 4-1 this time. In what was really a sleeper of a game. Probably the most boring Flames game of the year. Started off great. Flames had chances. 3 big ones in the first period. Richie can't score, can you guys? Oh, he couldn't score if he had a wide open net. Save his life, he can't do it. Missed the golden opportunity. And after those chances, honestly, there was none. It was just like everything just dried up offensively and went away. I'm frustrated with this team. I don't know if I went into the season with low hopes, got my hopes elevated when we started off so well, and now it just seems like it was such a long slide these last few weeks dealing with this COVID crap and then losing. It's just so frustrating. What needs to change? And most people say offense, and it does. I got some points to talk about here at the end of this. But really doesn't start with the defense, because defense creates offense. At the beginning of the year, our defense was controlling play, limiting shots, limiting scoring opportunities, and limiting scoring. We were getting timely saves. Our goaltender was healthy. Markstrom's not so much anymore. I don't know what's wrong, but he's not 100% and looks that way. In the last 5 games, we've allowed 1-6-4-6-4 for goals. Not good. Not like anything we saw earlier in the year. And defense creates offense. I know that sounds weird, but it really, really does. And we saw that earlier this year. And if this team doesn't score first, which we did, I believe 18 of our first 22 games, don't hold me to that stat, but I know I'm close on that, we had great results. If we don't score first, we're screwed. And if we're trailing after the first period, it's death. The Flames have exactly 0 wins when trailing after 1 period this year. They're 0-5-3. Dead ass last in the league. Oh my gosh, it's just so frustrating. Our depth looks like crap. The other day at practice there's some new lines. Now it's Lindholm centering Gaudreau and Tkachuk. Backlund centering Coleman, Mangiapane. Monahan centering Dubé, Lucic. Richardson centering Lewis and Richie. I actually like those lines better. I hope we see that next week against Florida. But you know what? Early in the year, our key players were producing. And they were producing very, very well. Tkachuk was consistent. Gaudreau was consistent. Gaudreau has stayed consistent. Tkachuk still putting up points, and so we can't complain there. Lindholm, not quite as consistent. I've heard he's under the weather still, dealing with some of this COVID stuff. So he hasn't been the same and hasn't stood out really at all. Hasn't been bad, but hasn't stood out offensively like he usually does. Dubé, 3 goals, 1 assist, 22 games. Cannot have that. Andrew Mangiapane, everybody just was going to elect him to the Flames Hall of Fame earlier this year. 1 goal in his last 10, no points in his last 5, and 3 assists all year. 3. I believe he's got 18 goals to go along with that, which is great. But none lately. Backlund. And I defend this guy all the time. He's probably, if you had to hold a gun to my head and ask me who my favorite player on the team was, I'd probably say Michael Backlund. 2 assists in his last 11 games. That's it. The last time we saw Michael Backlund score a goal, November 21st. 16 games ago. Can't have that and win hockey games. Lucic, an all-star at the beginning of the year, scoring all the time for us. 1 point in his last 5. And here's a kicker. Richardson, Lewis, and Pitlick combined 13 points. Points, not goals. Points all year. Completely unacceptable. What changes this horrid trend that we're in right now in Calgary? I don't know. That's the part that scares me the most. I don't know. Do we have the players to pull us out of this? I'd like to think so. I just don't know. Was the way we started this season off a mirage? Was that not the real Flames? Is this the real Flames? Or was that the real Flames? God, maybe we could just have somewhere in between. I'll take that. It's scary right now. And I'm actually truly worried on which direction this team goes. And if we could finally get some damn games in so we could try to build a consistent basis, that I think would help. I don't know if there's hope of that right now. I hope that the schedule comes back into play here in a week and we get back to normalcy and get back to a schedule that we know when we play and on a consistent basis, I hope. One other thing I got to talk about while I'm complaining so much tonight. So they limit the Saddle Dome to 50% capacity due to COVID. It's unfortunate. Then they do not sell concessions, so no drink or food, because they say that that's a risk of COVID. But yet they put out community water jugs? Community water jugs? Like that doesn't spread COVID? That's way worse than having one lady touch your drink before you get it, right? Is this safe? And are we really this stupid?